Alrighty then.
Don't know if we can tone down the action long
Oh,
enough to talk to these fine people for 2 hours.
well, I mean, I was having a giant fight off camera. There's 9 people who look like the same man in a suit wearing Hugo Weaving masks. I don't know why they're all trying to recreate the Burly Brawl, but it's odd because you know how big my room is, and with such limited space, they're it's not the scale I think they're hoping for a fight, but they're okay to
And they're
wait.
all lined up and waiting for us for when you're done here.
Well, there's lining my walls. Yeah, there's a guy on
Yeah.
the wire. But because they've got masks on, I can't tell if they're crying, alive, whatever. I don't know. Just they'll be fine for a bit. I'm sure I'll let them hang and if everything's fine. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Look, don't we all have Hugo Weaving mask people in our house? Ziz, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah. What are you on about? Hi, Stuart. Welcome back to This Week on Trekyards.
Very Trek related topic today. Best action movies. You have the wrong thumbnail up, by the way.
That would be why. Okay. I saw Arnie, and I was so enamored by his magnetism. Uh, where is it?
Anyhow, um, yeah, so we're going to talk about action films today. We all love action films, and you guys get to let us know what your favorite action films are. You get to vote on them, and you get to pick them as well. So
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
yeah.
Sure.
You know these. You love these. There's a lot of good action films, and I do think a lot of them are personal preference in place. So, as with these guys, you vote and you make the final decision. So, while we'll put our case forward and say what we prefer, etc., you guys can discuss. You know, is it better to have a one-man band action like a John Wick, or an ensemble piece like The Matrix, or still kind of one man? But you know what I mean, like elements, or action with more of a fantastical element, or action with a single fight, right? Like a lot. I mean, you can respond to what you think, but a lot of people not a lot of people, but some people say that they prefer the lightsaber fighting in the sequels because it's not theatery, it's very grounded and real and gritty and there's weight, versus the prequels, which have very little weight and it's all flowy and more gymnastics. So they commend those fights because they have weight. What do you think? What are your thoughts
Hmm.
on that?
Different time. I love how George puts it. Like the Jedi have learned have know how to use lightsabers for millennia. And since there is still a Jedi Order, yeah, they're learning the more intricate, like stylized fighting. I It is kind of showy and theatrical for sure, but the problem is sword fights sword fights last like less than 10 seconds. Like the sword fights in The Witcher are amazingly accurate as to how brutal and fast the sword fight is. So I don't know. I think the ones in the original trilogy are much more grounded in reality. They're just less showy and flashy. But I mean, if you got the Force, I don't know. If you can kind of read the other person's like lead in and stuff, I can see the sword fights being it's a whole conversation about sword fights with lightsabers, I think. I don't know. I that they both look fantastic to me. I just don't know which ones I prefer.
Yeah, having seen the sequels, there's a huge it's nice to see the weight of one fight, but then as in like Rey versus Kylo in the forest, but it's not really a fight so much as them swinging at each other. I know that's a
Yeah, that
fight, but the
yeah.
weight is because they're not good at it, right? Versus Duel of Fates or any of the ones in the prequels, there's an art to it that is intentionally missing from the sequels, and then you get the
Yeah.
fight from Last Jedi where I mean, it's embarrassing choreography. It looks amazing until you look at it because half the people fighting in that scene are just either actively trying not to hit anybody or are waiting to attack, and it's really
It's
embarrassing.
awful.
It's
Yeah.
really
That
embarrassing.
the Emperor's or the throne room scene is very badly done.
It's so funny because that was one of all of our top things about the movie, like easily, and then because you see the cinema, you see it, but you don't necessarily see it. With
Yeah.
terrible choreography. Yeah, just don't do so many wide shots. An easy way of hiding that it's not moving. Anyway, so I still prefer prequels. I think there's a lot more artistry in them, and I love the fact that they are honed warriors who are with the Force. They're playing chess. You know, it's two chess masters. actively knowing the potential move set and countering until a weakness point or a situation around them. Whereas, you know, it's absolute art. It's silly and crazy, but that's art. So I look forward to more of some level of that. Anyway, so that was more like aside because I remember people being quite positive. But that's that is action. So if you want lightsaber fights to be in the running, put in for
We
them.
just had a whole other conversation, a whole other live happened just now.
Well, that's what you get when you join Trekyards. You have fun with us. So I'm gonna start sharing. Put in your suggestions, and of course, guys, we get a huge amount more for the PayPal. So if you can, please do 2 for 1. Encourage. See you in a second.
You heard the man. Hit the like button, guys. Do all the things you need to do. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Click the notification bell icon so you don't miss any content from us. There's a join option down there on YouTube. Check that out. Or head over to Patreon/Trekyards. There's another way to support us on a monthly basis. We really appreciate that. But during these lives, just being part of the conversation, either in the regular chat or by super chatting. Super chats help the channel immensely. So do PayPal's. And with PayPal, you actually get a 2-for-1 bonus. So you get to select 2 things for the price of 1 that you would have on PayPal or on super chats here. So look at the options for PayPal or super chat to help out the channel and to get your voice heard. Also, there are links down below to the Teespring and the TeePublic Store. Really great Trekyards merch as well, a bunch of other stuff. So check that stuff out, and we really appreciate that. Just clicking that link actually helps us out immensely. So please do that. Hold on 1 second here. Well, it will be a good discussion, hopefully. We might disagree on some of the finer points of what is action films, but yeah, it's one of those, right? So yeah. Hold on 1 second. So there we go. All right, so yeah, we want to hear from you guys, and there's many ways for you to do so. So do all the things.
I'm back, baby.
Oh my God, it's back. I mean, he's back.
Oh, that was well done. That was organic. But I also pre-poll those two with 30 votes. Let's see where the tone is before we get to the heavy hitters, because you don't have to put in your heavy hitters. You can do fun. Let's do some fun side ones. Let's have a fun challenge. But I asked you all 2 hours ago, which is the best action film of this 4? Sorry, Terminator 2, Aliens, Die Hard, and John Wick 1. Those are 4 heavy hitters. Fair to say, right? All top of their league, pretty much. And Terminator 2 has blown out the competition with 58%. So that might or might not come into play in this. But give it a little bit of time. Give it a little bit of...
Yeah, Terminator 2 and Aliens are pretty much like the best action films if you want to go that way. But then there's a whole conversation to be had around Rambo and stuff like that, as well as for over the top action films. Like, yeah, there's going to be some interesting conversations today, I think.
Well, like the gunplay in John Wick is far superior than that T2. So if you like efficient gunplay and sleekness, right? If you like Collateral with Tom Cruise, where every bullet counts, it's art. Like there's different categories.
Sasaguru 2005 Euro's Last Action Hero. This is a good one.
Yeah.
Because it's literally about an action hero. It blends reality and fiction. It's kind of got the whole Roger Rabbit thing going on.
Oh yeah. Well, they've literally got a cartoon rabbit in one of the scenes.
Yeah, I know. Fun movie. I haven't seen it in quite a long time, but I really enjoy this one. The blending of the fictional world and the real world is great, and shows the limitations of action film craziness in the real world. Because there's some over the top stuff that happens in the fictional realms, which doesn't quite work when it comes to the real world. So, and it's fun. It's got a comedic beat to it, which I always enjoy, especially with Arnie. I want to call him Arnold, but Arnie.
Your friend Arnie,
yeah. When he does comedic stuff, I think it works really well. Same with Sylvester Stallone, honestly. The tough guys that have that kind of like more humorous edge, I think works really well. So yeah, this is a fun one, and one that I really do need to go back and rewatch, because I enjoyed this immensely the couple of times I've seen it, and it has been quite a while. So yeah. and interesting villains as well.
Oh yeah, I mean Charles Dance for his Charles Dance,
Yeah,
but he was obviously still Charles Dance. I mean, this is a film that really, in so many other universes, would have got 3 or 4 sequels because the
yeah,
premise just it it. I mean, come on, a kid gets a magic ticket, goes into his favorite movie, finds the hero, takes him out of the world to fight real villains or fake villains that are now in the real world with real powers, which means translates 1 to 1 if they've got
yeah,
powers, and also because he puts him back in the movie, he can pull him out again. So the sequel could easily be a new threat comes or a new sci-fi film or a new horror. And he has to go in, and now the film's changed, or the fact that it bombed, properly bombed at the cinema, is horrible. It's an amazing Arnie performance. The kid is actually very good considering. It's got a lot of great jokes. It's got both a great action film, it's got a great script, great score. The fact that it's really 3 movies, the dark, depressing real start, the middle fun, and then the end, which is serious and a counterbalance to the fake. I mean, it's great. It's one of
yeah.
his absolute best films in terms of an overall film. He's playing a character with depth, with realness, and an arc. I mean, it's one of his best roles. It's shocking how poor it was received, given it's absolutely a work of genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd certainly rather have this than, you know, um, Demolition Man, not Running Man. That's just not a great film. It's silly and fun, but this is a much better film. Action wise,
Yeah, but
though,
Running Man's like the typical action film from the 80s, you know?
yeah,
So,
it's in its box, but it's not even a good version of its box, right? It's just another of its box. This is like its own unique thing. Action wise, it's pretty good action. I wouldn't necessarily call it the point is that it's not just an action film, right? But it is pretty good action, just, you know. Although in fairness, what other films have a a projectile weapon that's a snow cone, ice cream cone to kill a guy? So this one has that.
but it's not up to us, guys. What
No.
are you guys saying? This one's going to win by default just because it's the first
But
one.
we're asking you
But
guys.
according to your poll with 16
Oh.
votes, 56% of you say that any other action film is better.
Mm. Still not a bad showing though for a film that a lot of people did not even see. Not too bad for a first showing.
So I'm going to resize it and put it up here, but it's not going
Mhm.
to last long. So
No,
the
there are
next
many
one's going to,
better action films.
yeah, the next one's going to knock it out of the water.
Mm.
Olivia, $5. Obviously, it's the best Christmas movie ever, Die Hard. Yeah, fantastic action film. This is kind of the refinement of the action hero because you had the Rambos and like Commando and stuff like that before this, which were more kind of silly in
Well,
their action
or can I
beats.
jump in briefly? Remember, this is best action film, not best
I know.
film. No, just for the audience. So even if you like the film better,
Yeah,
which has better action elements, right? I'm
yeah,
just
yeah,
saying there is a slight
yeah,
distinction there because it's a better film,
yeah,
but it is action better. Give it in mind.
yeah. I think this one kind of refined the action hero somewhat with Bruce Willis because it was more of a realistic, grounded kind of setup than like I said, the Rambos or the Commandos and stuff, which are more ridiculous and over the top that came before this. This kind of pulled everything kind of into more realistic vibe. And yeah, the unique environment, building under construction, skyscraper, the Christmas Eve thing, just not having lack of contact with the outside world. There's some really interesting elements with this. Fantastic villain again. Alan Rickman did an amazing job. And the stakes were super high with his wife. And the the thing that kind of bothers me about this film is the cop, the I forget his name, Winslow. It's he doesn't really seem to have played too much of a part in it. Like he's there for kind of moral support to kind of help him along. It's just it feels odd to me, and it just feels like I don't know. It's one of the things of the movie I don't need necessarily. Also, the kid in the limo, like
Oh,
funny and
Guile!
all,
Oh, come on, he's playing. He's having fun with the
but yeah,
stuff
it's
animal.
just his touchstones to the outside world are what these things are, these people, and to me it doesn't quite, I don't feel like it's needed necessarily. Um, and they just kind of fizzle out and go nowhere. And this one you wouldn't have expected to get so many fucking sequels. Like the second one is fine, but then it starts to get a little ridiculous at that point after that. So, but no, this is a very interesting and good action film. Not as good as I remembered after I watched it like last year or the year before. I can't remember. I went back and revisited it, and I was sort of disappointed in a lot of it. It kind of hit all the main like 80s movies beats, and it felt very short, whereas it never used to feel that way to me. So I don't know. It's definitely a spectacle. I love that they like blew up um the building essentially. Really bad effect when Hans Gruber falls, by the way. Not super awesome. Better than the RoboCop fall. So, but no, there's a lot to like about this film. And yeah, it's definitely going to be Last Action Hero. So that's my take. What about you, Sam?
It's funny because this film is more of a story action film than just an action film. Because yeah, the
Yeah,
main character, John McClane, is far more of a distinct character. There's a lot more character quirks that are based on him as a person, not on his action. Because he is literally just a bog standard New York cop. He has no special abilities, no special training, and he has very few bullets. And he literally cuts his feet. He is an everyman who is using strategy and luck and street smarts, right? But as we know, the terrorists aren't terrorists, they're just robbers, they're just guys with guns who you hire. So there's a nice the stakes are not what you think they are, which is why it's kind of fun. It's an elevated story. If it was actually an Arnold Schwarzenegger style Marine in a building with terrorists, it'd be far more boring. The fact that it is those odd, because Nakatomi Plaza is a great building, it seems big, elaborate, and cool. The extremes
yeah,
bring it down to a unique place. But the gunfights are fun, kind of brutal. The scripts are really good. Because there's so few baddies, you kind of remember each death. Well, the hanging at the end is really gruesome. Ugh, that's not fun. And yeah, obviously the famous story of Alan Rickman did not know he was going to get dropped, as in he knew it was in the scene, but they didn't tell him when. So they did it to get his real reaction slash, So that was actually him realizing, oh god, I'm falling for those couple of seconds. That's why it's a real face, because he didn't think it was me falling at that point. Yeah, great
yeah.
action film, but this is the epitome of the difference between this and like a Rambo or a Predator. The action is so grounded, but without the sleekness of John Wick. But that makes it really relatable and interesting and satisfying. Him running across a room firing his MP5, knowing he's actually only got 30 bullets and you kind of feel it, has a bigger feel than
Yeah.
five goons.
Let's
There's a weight to it that most films don't have. That's why I say
yeah, that's
yeah.
that leads in, well, that goes back to what I was saying, that this is more of a refined action film. It kind of grounds things more because limited bullets, limited abilities, and whereas Rambo, unlimited like bullet clips or just pick up another gun. So yeah, that's kind of the vibe I was going for, but I think you worded it better.
Yeah,
So
but it's just
yeah.
for me, it's got a story. Like Our Last Action Hero is a really good, like, it's also not a standard film, right? But I really like Die Hard story, and yeah, it's a weird film to have multiple variants. For me, number two is fine, as fine as you can get, with some cool moments. I love three because Sam Jackson, and the villain, and just the way they frame it's great. Four is not very good, but four is better. Four is good compared to five, which is five is a.
Yeah.
Watch five in the cinema. I did. I was excited to see five.
Yay, must have been so happy.
It was so bad. Yeah.
All right. What are you guys saying with
All right.
22 votes? Die Hard, 82%. So Last Action Heroes out,
Well
which
done
is
for winning
fair.
against the air. Hmm.
All right. Next up we've got Ralston S. Bailey, 5 pounds, Running Man with Arnie.
Mm.
This is more of an typical 80s kind of schlock action film. It's fun to have Richard Dawson be the host of the show because he was host of Family Feud at the time, and very charismatic personality. But the idea of a show where you have like gladiatorial games essentially, and you kill the contestants as part of it, I think is interesting and not super far-fetched for our society. And you know, um,
Maybe not to the death part though, but
I mean, so maybe someday. I'm just
well,
saying, like going back to the Roman
maybe
gladiatorial
North
games, I think
Korea.
it's
You know.
something would like to see. But yeah, some silly characters, silly. I mean, just the whole premise of him running around this maze, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because there's like, and then you see that they've lied before, that the past winners who won their freedom and got their vacations are actually dead and their bodies are there, and just randomly throwing people in that are trying to help him. It's there's some silliness here, and the frame job at the beginning where he massacres, quote unquote massacres, all these protesters, I think is a little bit contrived and silly as well. It goes back to more the typical 80s action film for the sake of action film. And there's some silliness there because you got like Crescendo and a bunch of the other like other gladiators that are just silly. They have lights all over them, or the opera singer or whatever. It's I mean, it's supposed to be showy. It is a show, sure, but I don't think the live audience works necessarily because they'd be watching it all on the screens anyway. So what's even the point of being there? Um,
Well, for the tailgate, Stu, for the tailgate. Beer and hot
yeah,
dogs. And the murder.
yeah, I don't know.
Well,
It's a fun turn your brain off movie for sure. Uh, Different totally than Die Hard. And it's just typical Arnie before. This is before he kind of got into the more humorous roles. So I mean, he has a few one-liners because, of course, he does, and the one-liners in action films are always the best. So, but yeah, this is one of his least memorable films, honestly. So,
for me, this is almost a B movie in terms of quality and tone.
I almost said that at the beginning
Yeah,
when I said typical action schlock. That's what I kind of meant.
it like it's actually it's trying to be satirical anyway, right? 100%
Yeah.
get that. But there's a line, but well, I'm not gonna quote it, but there's a famous quote from Tropic Thunder, right? And they went full in this, and not literally, but
Yeah.
like they go further. Whereas things like Starship Troopers and RoboCop, there's an artistry above the satire which keeps it grounded and keeps it quality. This does not have that. This is just now. I've only seen it like twice, in fairness, and once when I was young, but it didn't make me want to see it again. I saw it again later. I don't even remember the first, but I think I saw it on the TV and I watched like from the middle onwards. But it's far more, wow, we got Arnie, that'll get us money, in my opinion, right? Versus it being a good platform for him, whatever. Um, and certainly one of his lower ranking films in my regard. I don't know what. I hope it was a quick
Yeah.
shoot and he got paid decent for his time because, like I say, I've no fond memories of the film. But I do know there's a new one, I believe, with the same principle because the principle's good, the concept's
There's a new
good.
Running Man coming out. Yeah.
Yeah, which I'm sure is going to be much better because conceptually is a good concept. In fact, the new one comes out this year.
Yeah, it's soon.
Yeah, very soon. November 12th. Oh wow, it comes out tomorrow in the UK.
That's very soon.
And
That's exceedingly soon. Wow.
and 3 days for America. Damn. But no, it's not. This is not even close. This is not even close to me. To me. To me. But it's not to me, Stuart.
It's not up to you, but
Yeah.
before I read the poll results,
Yeah.
look at the one particular poster you pulled in at the top there. It's not the right title on that. You might want to change that one.
Oh God.
That's funny, but anyway, looking at the poll results here with 20 votes now, 80% say Die Hard's a better
Yep.
movie or a better action film, and yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, indeed.
Good to talk about though, and it's good to compare because preference and style. So it's interesting. Yeah, it's like are there? And I'm not gonna be specific here. Are there car-based action films where the car work is the action that you would then prefer over
Yes.
some gun-based action
Oh,
films? Because there's classic
it's
action versus
to me they're different genres. Like, yes, a chase film like Gone in 60 Seconds is action, but I don't consider it action. I consider it more of a heist film.
But the
Then you get stuff
enjoyment
like,
factor of
I know, but it depends on my mood. Like, I
yes,
can't pick one
yes,
over the other
100%.
because
Well
they're
said.
not that's what I was getting at. They're not the same
Yeah,
genre to me. So,
yeah. No, I like that based
yeah.
on the mood.
Yeah. All right. Schmo Buddy, $5. Commando, it's an annual rewatch for me. Prime Arnie, insane action sequences, so many one-liners, one and done, and it's better for it. Uh,
I'll
yes, this is
well, I'll go first briefly because I will bow out. I
yes.
have only seen Commando once when I was like 11, and I didn't really see it because I wasn't allowed to. And I've never gone back to watch it, so my knowledge of it is almost non-existent.
Yeah.
So therefore, it's on you. Go for it.
Oh, I was gonna say. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the typical 80s film that I was talking about earlier. This and like First Blood Part 2, stuff like that, like the just kind of dumb action. Uh, you know, happy dad living with his daughter, the wife's out of the picture, she's dead, I can't remember which, but his daughter gets kidnapped and typical bad guys, and he's of course ex-Army Ranger or Marine or goddamn Special Forces, whatever the hell he was. It's one of the three every time. And it's this is just silly. Like the amount of weapons that he straps onto himself, the big four-barreled bazooka thing that he has. It is just typical action film for the sake of action film, and it's silly and kind of dumb when you think about it. Uh, Elisa Milano is in it when she was younger as the daughter, and that's fine, I guess. But this is the typical action film. This is to turn your brain off, enjoy people just getting shot for don't worry about the plot because it really doesn't make sense. You don't have to even. It's like a porn, You don't watch it for the storyline.
Just the
This
explosions.
this you watch for the actions. Yes, the face shots and you know the
Go to the
shots to the
chest,
back.
exploding all over a chest.
Yeah, yeah, the shots to the back. I was talking about action films, but I mean, if you're gonna go that way, sure.
I was
Um,
too. Be serious.
so yeah, this is a typical 80s action film. This created kind of the action film genre, in my opinion, like these kind of films, these kind of characters, these one and dones. Yes. Uh, yeah, it's is it better? It's better in certain ways than Die Hard, let's say, because it's the typical what def an action film. Die Hard's got more of like it's still an action film in my mind, but it's way more refined and more realistic. Action films are supposed to be kind of out there and not make any sense.
80s style.
Yes. Yes.
They evolve as they go.
Yeah.
I think for the most part, I tend to enjoy the smaller action with a bit more smarts than shoot for the sake of like the I remember when I watched Expendables 1 in the cinema, and they were saying literally the most on-screen deaths of anybody because they have a minigun and they mow down entire, let's say, Korean army, and I think they counted like 1,260 people got killed, and like, cool, does not make a good film for me personally, just that excess, right? Just
Yeah.
saying. Ooh, and Dan asked about James Bond. Yeah, James Bond's certainly action films. I mean, that was a big sell for them. Their actions, their gadgets, they'll pretty much everything along the line. Yeah, throw in a James Bond film. I mean, oh god, that's a pretty good action.
Yeah, but then I consider James Bond films, spy action, which is different than action for me. Like there's a real refinement of the films for
Yeah.
action.
Well, yeah. I mean, Commando is just like a brute force.
There's no other way to describe it. It's an action film. Whereas James Bond can be an
Popcorn.
action film, a spy film.
Well, yeah, Die Hard's a heist movie.
Exactly.
It's a heist movie Christmas film with action. Well, it's a heist movie Christmas film family drama. Because there's quite a lot of family drama as well.
It's not a Christmas film, though. We're not going to get into that argument. I didn't bring that up at all during my
And that's my
tirade.
one comment. I'm done.
It's not, though. All right.
Well,
Now we're done. All right. So what are you guys saying? This is a close one because 20 votes, 50-50 right now.
Ooh,
Let's see
okay.
how many people are here. We got 28 people here. So go vote in the poll
Yes.
and hit like as well, guys.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah, because this is absolutely which brand of action, right? It's just right. It's just a they're both apex predators on different continents, right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
22 votes, it's still 50-50.
And again, guys, everyone's putting in for one. Remember to put in the PayPal, and you get two because we have more to talk about and more support for the channel. It does make a big difference. So think about PayPal. It's up there. Trekyards@hotmail.com. YouTube gets less. We love you, YouTube, but YouTube gets less.
Yes.
Oh god, we can't. Oh my god, 22. Come on, guys.
Okay, one more vote. I need one more vote, and then I'm just gonna end it.
We can't continue until somebody. Come on. Which would you
Who would
pick?
win, John McClane or
Hey,
forget his name now?
Arnold Schwarzenegger Mark IV.
Oh, it's like John Spartan or something.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well,
Silly.
no, that's the guy from
I know,
Demolition
I know
Man.
it's from Demolition Man. It's
Yeah.
something like that, though.
Yeah. Something American
Anyway,
and bravado. I mean,
who would win?
he would rip John McClane's spine. He would bane him, right? And that's okay, you know. Yeah.
John Matrix. That's it. John Matrix or John McClane.
John Matrix. Interesting. I mean, I mean, this is when AI could be amazing in the next couple of years, or like 10 years, to take the scenes from Die Hard and say replace with Schwarzenegger from this film, but in character.
Well, there's a YouTube channel that does that. It's called Death Battle. They analyze.
Oh well,
yeah, analyze each character's abilities.
but I mean, to actually take what Arnold will do, so he'd walk into Nakatomi, he would just get his two MPs and just mow down terrorists, and then get like that would be really fun. Oh my god, still guys, come on, one more vote.
We need one more vote in the poll. We need to break the tie. Go do it.
Do it.
One is objectively a much better movie, just cinematography wise and direction wise.
Yeah.
But as far as action goes,
yeah.
I mean,
yeah. Well, it's like saying which is the best horror film, right? Like the original Nosferatu, which is so creepy, and then a modern film, right? Like they're not the same category, but you got to respect the classic because it's a definitive genre, even if whatever. Guys, vote now.
I've got it. Boom. Gonna close
Oh.
it. 23 votes. 52%. Die Hard wins with 52%.
I mean, I was happy to go either way with that because the action. But yeah, hey, we don't tend to get 50-50s here. So well done, Die Hard for. And that shows that all of you who are here to vote can make the difference. Just saying.
All right, Sessiguru 2005 euros. Demolition Man. It was always a Pizza Hut. Yes. Or Taco Bell. Yeah, this is one of Sylvia and I's favorite movies to watch because again, it's that mix of action and humor from Stallone, not taking himself too seriously like he did in Rambo, just kind of having fun with it and being like the everyman almost.
The every 6'2" jacked guy, yeah.
Yes. And just so many elements of this are just great. Seeing the future, seeing how weirdly odd it is. Dennis Leary being one of the resistance guys. You got Simon Phoenix there, who's like been mentally programmed while in cryostasis to learn every kind of form of fighting. Whereas John Spartan, he learned how to knit. So I mean, that's a thing. Sandra Bullock, like there's a lot of really great stuff in this film, and it's a fun watch. The action's good, the fighting's good, the humor's awesome. It's not over the top. It's just it's a man out of time kind of vibe, and it's really hilarious. So this is a really good one. I think I would hands down rather watch Demolition Man than Die Hard. But again, they're slightly different genres. One's like serious action, one's comedic action. So again, to me, it's a little bit different category. So yeah.
Oh, 1,000 dots. Can't stand Demolition Man. Why? Oh, a friend of his quoted
Oh,
too much. Oh, and this is,
oh,
yeah, this is so I've watched Demolition Man a few times, but for whatever reason, I always watch the first three quarters. I never get to the resistance bit very often. So I think that's when the fun stops and just becomes an okay film. Because the first half is genius, because that's where the shit's happening. That's where the crazy stuff is, and it becomes less interesting at the last bit. At least the two times I've seen it. But I got the 4K. Really excited to watch that at some point. Really good casting. These two. Stallone is absolutely having a blast, like they filming this. Sandra Bullock's first ever film. Wow, what a start! What a start! Lots of fun social commentary about how the world shouldn't be. You know, being fined for swearing, etc., overreach, whatever. It's not good, not good. But the action, I wouldn't call action film as much as a fun sci-fi comedy with some action, right? For
wouldn't call it a
me,
sci-fi comedy.
that's what I'm
Um,
saying. Because for me, I remember the initial action scene, which was fine. I remember Wesley Snipes punching some people and then getting guns from a thing. That's an action scene. And then the next action scene is at the end. Like, what's the middle action scene? Because I don't remember. Like, where how many action scenes there was? Die Hard. There's action throughout.
I'd say maybe 5 or 6 action scenes in Demolition Man.
Yeah, it's not about that. So I wouldn't say any of them are particularly amazing, right? As a film, it's more enjoyable. I'd rather watch Die Hard for the small stuff. Like, I feel like a lot of Demolition Man is on the page, but the writing in Die Hard is more subtle. There's reasons and things. I'm interested to see what you guys are going to say, because they're very different films. But yeah, both great. I mean, do you agree with me about the last like 20% being less good because it's just more serious and more straight laced?
No,
Okay.
I would say personally, I would say that about the film Johnny Mnemonic. Love that
Hmm.
film, but the last little bit kind of loses it for me.
Oh,
So I get why you say it, but I just don't know about this film in particular.
yeah, it's fine. Because I've
So
only watched the
yeah,
end like twice, but the rest of it many
yeah,
times.
yeah,
Because the
yeah,
premise is
yeah.
just fantastic up until that point for me.
Alrighty. 25 of you here,
You guys can
29 likes.
decide.
That's awesome. I want one more like to get to 30 though, so hit that like button. And we have 18 votes in the poll right now. So if you want to
Mhm.
make an impact in the poll, now's your chance to go do that.
And I appreciate not putting in the biggest action films ever, apart from Die Hard. Some fun ones are great. These are fun debates to kind of work out what, why, and how, and who. But do PayPal, 2 for 1. We do encourage. It's fun to
Yeah,
fuck. It's fun.
PayPal does. You get 2 picks, guys.
And there's so many good ones pre-prepped that we're like, oh, 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 we can talk about them. We're right there. That's up to you guys. You genuinely, you guys have the power in these lives. Genuinely, we are just the mouthpieces to the history that is this, right?
You just
Excellent.
facilitate the fancy graphics
And
and the polls.
boy, if yeah, the YouTube polling is full force.
All right. Well, 18 votes. No, it hasn't moved since a few minutes ago.
Okay,
So
okay,
61% are voting Demolition Man.
all right, okay. You guys are boss. Cool.
All right. Moving on. What is next? We got Olivia with $5. Speed. As an old bus driver, I can tell you this was played on the bus repeatedly. Ah, yes. Speed with Keanu Reeves. This falls under the category of action, but again, it's not action. The ending is where there's a
And the
confrontation
start.
with, yes. But yeah. Um, the middle bit is basically just, is it, I wouldn't call it even suspense. I wouldn't call it drama. I don't know what I'd call this. It has to fall under the action category because there's high speeds involved and stuff, but it's a bus.
Yes.
It's not super exciting, but it is. It's still a really good watch. Yeah, see, I don't know. I enjoy Speed. I think it's a great film. Keanu Reeves does a really good job in it. I love Dennis.
Quaid. No.
No, Dennis. I can't remember the bad guy's name. Anyway, um, his motivation and his characters is quite entertaining to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the ridiculousness of this, though, because there's suspension of disbelief, but sometimes it's too much for my brain to handle.
Ooh,
This one
which
definitely
bit?
has a lot of it. The bus making that jump, just
Oh
keeping the bus at that
well.
speed. There's a whole bunch of shit that would just not happen.
Ah.
John Harriman's there. He's on his way to the Enterprise launching, and he's having as bad a day. Doesn't get any better. You know, um, it's it's a fun film, and I enjoy watching it when it's on. I would probably say that Demolition Man is much more of an action quote unquote film than this is, but yeah, I enjoy Speed just fine. You know, it's a shame his buddy got killed.
Huh.
That was like silliness.
Yeah, it's a really interesting film, Speed, because premise-wise, it's an interesting sell, but the fact that it's got hey, it's 100 Block again. Just realized. It's the second
Yep.
film, I think, or one of the first. The fact that they are both very good at what they do instilled the two leads with incredible character, and I believe they dated actually from this film for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think they did. Yeah.
So they that is, if this had been anyone else, right? If this had
Dennis
been,
Hopper. That's it. Thank you.
yeah,
1,000 dots.
yeah. If this has been
Yes.
any other B-list actor, C-list actors who couldn't sell it, the premise would not hold up as well, right? But they are so
Yeah.
watchable, and the bus is well shot. Obviously, it's well shot, but they sell it a lot. I feel fine tension with the bus. It's a fun, unusual premise. The amount of creativity is on full show here. They're forcing a huge limitation of the bus, and they have to find unique ways of both keeping it going and also creating threats, which is fun. You also kind of feel for the villain. I think these idiots are ruining his well-laid plan for so goddamn long, and then when he finally catches them at the end with the repeating video, which is pretty obvious when you watch it, like they're looking, they would be doing anyway. So that whatever. But yeah, to start, you always forget the start and the end are action scenes with standard gunplay, standard military, standard like. But that's not the film. But it is actually, that is the start and end.
Yeah.
But the middle is what you remember because it's good. I like it. It's definitely a really fun watch for the characters. I think it's more for me, more consistent than Demolition Man, which has higher highs but lower lows. Speed is a more continuous, ironically, with Bus, a more continuously good film. Yeah. Action wise, I mean, there's more action in Speed if the Bus is considered action, because then there's a lot of set pieces across the entire thing.
Mhm.
But is it as action-y? Well, no. But there's more of it. Yeah. You're
Yes.
voting, though.
You are, and 18 of you are coming out consistently because we have 18 votes right now. But there are more of you here, so go hit that vote button.
You could change everything. You could.
27 of you here. Yeah, you could turn the tide, man.
And guys, PayPal, once again, trekyards@hotmail.com. 2 for the price of 1. We want to have more of these submitted. Or you could put in 4 and you get... I guess
Put in
8.
$10, you get 4 movies.
Yeah. Thinking.
Math. Oh, 19 votes. Yeah, neither one of these films is better, in my opinion. Like they're both equal footing as far as watchability for me, at least. So it's
Yeah.
just different kinds of action.
No,
Like,
that's exactly right. They are... Right, they are very, very high in the list of what their genre is.
yeah,
Demolition Man is such a unique film. So is Speed. Which is great. They're great comparative films. And I appreciate that both they're getting so many votes, because that's what it should be, right? These are really good films. It's just personal preference and our wonderful audience. Right? I love this. I love putting the A's against each other,
yeah.
to kind of see. Yeah, I love it. Love it.
I'm gonna call it there though. 19 votes. Demolition Man wins with 58%. So
Yeah, okay. Well, good showing all around. Very nice.
all right. Olivia again, $5 Speed 2 Cruise Control. Nobody
Mm.
seems to have watched it, but it still gets a watch from me every once in a while. I've
Ah.
seen this once, and I have not gone back or had the desire to ever watch it again. The fact that there's a different lead man, yes, Sandra Bullock's there as the carryover, but if it would have been Keanu Reeves, I think it would have been much more successful. Same sort of premise, but on a boat. It's kind of silly when you think about it, but what are they going to do, right? Um, I just think losing Keanu Reeves was a big problem for the production. Let's put it that way. And yeah, I've seen it once. I don't remember much about it, and I really should go watch it again because is it a cruise ship? I don't think so. Is it a yacht? Maybe. I don't know.
Can I just bring in one brief evidential point between this
Sure,
and the last
sure.
film, which of course was Speed 1? Fair to say the 1994 classic Speed is a classic. I say it
Mhm.
loaded. It has a 7.3 on IMDb, which I think is a little bit low. 95% on Tomatoes, possibly a little bit high, but certainly 90th percentile. And Letterboxd, whatever that is, 3.7 out of 5. Excellent. Speed 2 from 1997, so it was pretty soon after, in fairness. It
Mhm.
has a 4 out of 10 from IMDb,
Mhm.
out of 10. A 4% on Rotten Tomatoes out of 100. And a 4.4 out of 5 Amazon UK.
Mhm.
So 40%, 4%, and 90% relative scores. I did not go where I thought I was going to go in terms of the.
Yeah.
I would trust the lower end of that spectrum.
I think
Yeah.
it's fair to say that if Speed can't dethrone Demolition Man, Speed 2 is not gonna cut it. So
Look, there might be some very hardcore fans in this audience, and once we know who they are, we can go after them and solve the problem, Stuart. And we got our
sure.
first PayPal, 2 for the price of 1. Superb. Thank you
Yes.
very much. I'm putting
We'll
them in
get
right
there
now.
soon, I'm sure.
Beautiful.
All right. With this one, we got 17 votes. Demolition Man wins with 82%.
Uh, uh,
Sorry, 18 votes, 83%.
yeah, and suffice to say, it's not a good film. I've also seen it once. It felt very cheap and silly. Uh, and I do not agree in the sense that Keanu Reeves could not have saved it. It's not a good film across the board. His presence would not have elevated it.
It was wise to read the script and
Yeah,
step
that's
out
what I
of
mean. He
it
read the script, right?
because, yeah.
That's all. That's all it kind of took. Yeah, yeah. But I do believe you do a Speed 3. Like it's a good premise. It's a good concept. You know, the space shuttle, right? They can't go.
You should do one on your fan films. Like the
Oh,
ship is stuck at warp 3 or something.
oh, there's definitely an episode of. Isn't there a film? Is there an episode where they have to stay at something? That's actually not a bad idea. I wish I thought of it.
Maybe a shuttle that,
Yeah.
it's stuck at a certain speed. It's running out of supplies.
Its
I don't know.
warp cores are overheating slowly. I mean, it
Well,
worked for
anyway,
Keanu Reeves. It could work for me, right?
sure.
Who of our,
Next up, we got
who of our cast would you have lead that for such an odd film? Who do you, if you could pick your cast, who would you have you lead
me,
that?
obviously.
I knew you were gonna say that, but if you couldn't be you, who would you say?
Keely.
Okay, she is the pilot. Yes. Okay. Cool. I get.
All right. Royston S. Bailey, 5 pounds.
Thanks so much.
Aliens. Dun dun dun.
Uh huh. Uh huh.
This is action sci-fi now. Uh,
Well, Demolition Man, action sci-fi.
no, but nah. Yes, but no. Uh, yeah, this film is phenomenal. This is one of the odd ones where the sequel's better than the original. I mean, the original's kind of a dark, moody, psychological kind of horror film almost. This one's more of the action variety, and I love that it's aliens as opposed to Alien. Like they've ramped up the stakes. So they did a lot of really cool stuff with this one. James Cameron, I think, knocked it out of the park. The casting was phenomenal. Michael Bean being there was great. He should not have died, and between 2 and 3, but regardless, Bill Paxton. just everybody, the whole Space Marine thing, a planet or a colony infested with xenomorphs and eggs. What a concept! It There's so much good stuff that came out of this film. Like nuke the entire thing from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Get away from her, you bitch. There's just so many quotable lines, such great characters that you get to know in such a short amount of time and you actually care about. Like a lot of it was done surprisingly well. Visual effects were phenomenal again. It's very creepy atmosphere, but a different creepy than the original film that this was based on. That was more like a haunted house in space. This was more like, I don't know, just a full-on war. So again, awesome visual effects, good equipment like the pulse gun, the pulse rifle. Some iconic things came out of this, the drop ship, stuff like that. And visually, it's not the most attractive movie visually. It's a lot of dark and gross, but it suits the tone of it, and you never really get sick and tired of it. So, and the element of Newt and just the danger of this kid that survived all this time and is kind of needs a mother figure, so Ripley takes care of her. I mean, there's there's a lot of great elements weaved into this. So yeah, fantastic film.
Weavered into this, you could say.
Wah, wah.
Thank you.
That was a
Yeah.
good Sigourney to my next point. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
It's a
I
very
mean,
bad segue joke.
this is embarrassingly iconic.
Yes.
You know, they literally invented the then on the default sci-fi marine concept. This is what everyone strives to be. Like how Groundhog Day like that's now a phrase, Groundhog Day. You say Space Marines, you don't mean the giant hulking, you mean these guys. They've taken over, right? Pulse rifle, iconic of course. Sigourney, she's also John McClane, but without the training, right? She's
And
everywhere.
with boots.
Oh, boots, and other b words. Yeah, she's just a trucker lady, and she's very vulnerable. She's an epitome of she has no discernible skills, and yet perseverance, strength of both moral
She's
character and wanting to learn, and desperation. She
yeah.
raises to every challenge as much as she can, and you relate to her wonderfully.
Yeah, she's a good audience analog. You can put yourself in her position. Like no
The
specialized training or
shitty one, yeah.
anything. Just in survival mode, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's groundbreaking in terms of visual effects, both visible and invisible. The amount of, because it's not a very expensive movie, especially compared to ones at the time that actually had big budgets, because it's efficient and clever as hell. And I, as much as I love the Avatar films, they're both very good in what they're trying to do. I'm so sad we lost Cameron in the world of other films because he has made the biggest hits pretty much of last 50 years kind of thing, and I wish he'd done more than his icon of Avatar. He could have kept doing other franchises and other, other amazing films, etc. So I'm sad we lost him because we did. Because the amount of like miniature work that's hidden in this that makes it feel big. Yes, it does feel dated, but that's because the stuff that does feel dated stands out compared to the rest of it, which doesn't feel dated, which tells you how impressive the stuff that doesn't feel dated is because it still holds up. How many decades later? Now, yes, of course, it weakened the aliens in a sense, as in one was enough to kill everybody. In this, you're mowing them down with nothing. But they are just animals. Bullets work. You don't need that. It's fine. These are the best trained Marines with the most advanced weapons, right? Like, it makes sense. You're doing extremes. And, of course, the Queen's amazing. And Alien 3, great directors, or not director, assembly cut. But the idea of killing, like, what an absurd idea to kill Newt and Hicks. It's just, I mean, absurd. I know that movie was a butchered film anyway, like all the reasons, blah blah blah.
The
But like,
original script was so much better.
well, just the like concepts. I mean, the wood planet, etc. I mean, amazingly. I get doing a different thing a third time, like a different premise, but like the idea of killing those two, you could have such an amazing space family, you know, all with unique skills would have been amazing. But it does make a unique four films, right? All
Mhm,
radically different in tone and structure and success, and all trying radically different things. So that's interesting, at least.
mhm, mhm.
You know, yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, with 17 votes, you
Yeah.
guys are saying aliens, hands down,
Yeah.
71%.
I mean, there's more action in Aliens in the first half an hour than there is the entire Demolition Man, kind of thing, or in one 10-minute segment, because it's properly action.
All right. I think this one might be there a while, but we will see.
Yeah.
We'll get to the PayPals in a second. We're going to finish up some of these super chats. Sasagura 2000, €5. Captain America Winter Soldier. I usually wouldn't nominate a superhero film, but this is my sole exception.
Mm.
Um, why? Uh, why would you pick this one out of all the Marvel action films you could go with? Not saying anything wrong. I mean, it's. I guess he likes America's ass. I don't know. I'm confused. I don't know what differentiates this. Like, this is just sure. There's a lot of. I don't even know what to say about this one.
So I'm trying to remember.
This
I'm trying to remember between this and Civil War because one of them is a great espionage film with fantastic fight scenes. I think it is this one.
that's this one. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like the scene on the
Like
boat.
this.
Like, this is the refined studio action with unlimited budget, while still being just a guy, super soldier, but just a guy. Like it just
Yeah.
happens with superhero films. So it is very very good. I
And
remember thinking this is shockingly good as a film, let alone
yeah. And the betrayal of Shield and the Hydra agents.
Mm-hmm.
Like the elevator scene.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
Like
yeah.
this. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I take back what I said earlier. I was thinking. Yeah. This is got some great. Even some motorcycle action. Yeah.
Because I just remember, and this I know this is going to sound silly. I get it. I did not remember Bucky from the first film at all because he may have left no impression on me. So when he reappeared in this film, I'm like, who is this? I had no idea who he was. I didn't care at all, and it took until the end to be like, oh yeah, his friend. I don't remember him at all. But now obviously he's been like 18 films. I know who he is. I like him. But the effect of the guy had nothing on me. So that was a attraction for me. Because I'm like, why couldn't it be someone interesting? Not knowing obviously he's a hugely important character in the legacy of Marvel comics. Why would I know that? Like literally, I thought the Winter Soldier was the weakest part of Winter Soldier because he just wasn't interesting. But he's grown massively. Right now, he's great, etc., etc.
Yeah.
No, yeah, great film. And this, like I said, so many really execution of sequences where you. I mean, I'm sure they rehearsed and streamlined all these fight scenes more than Aliens spent on any scene. Right, run and gun. Let's go. Let's do the grittiness, the real. Right, so they
Mhm.
are sleeker, but not too sleek, like you'd find from a lot of CGI based Marvel films. So I 100% agree. 100% agree. It's probably the best action film of the Marvel films
Yeah.
from the that level of action. Then you have things like Endgame with the big fight in Wakanda with all portals. Then it's just like action mayhem, but it's great action. But this is the best in that, I would say, like grounded action
Yeah.
Marvel films.
Like the grand scale of Endgame fights is just ridiculous. This is more of, yeah, like grounded and feels more, almost feels more impressive, these ones.
Well, because you're wondering how they achieved it, and the answer is with wires all the time. Like they did a lot of stuff, which is
Mhm.
nice, right? So yeah, yeah, definitely good. And like, what would you say was a better classic action film in the Marvel universe? What would be your equivalent if you had to pick a second one?
Hmm.
Well, I guess a second one of some kind, right? Not necessarily this is possibly the best, but if you had to pick a second one, what do you think you'd pick?
That's a very good question.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Maybe Iron Man 3, ironically enough.
Wow. Woo. I was gonna say Guardians 1 because there's some fun action scenes in that are
Yeah.
not too big but not too big. All the Phase 1 stuff, but
Yeah.
then it gets a bit silly, a bit silly, which is fine, but a bit silly.
Let's see what you guys are saying.
Yes.
17
Yeah,
votes.
yeah.
Aliens is winning with 65%. So
But it held its ground well, 35%, considering that's an all-time titan. Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. So I guess we're going on to PayPal now. Let me take a look.
As we do, guys, if Aliens steamrolls the next few, we will put it honourable side and go for the next one. If it keeps winning so much, and it might.
All right. Joe Brown throws in $5. Says Pulp Fiction.
Wow.
And I wouldn't consider this an action film. This is a Quentin Tarantino film, which is different to me.
All feet, no punching. What?
Oh yeah.
What?
I don't even know how to describe Quentin Tarantino films.
You do. They're Quentin Tarantino films. Done.
Yes. Great movie. Sure, there's some action in it, but I wouldn't I don't know. I would not classify this as an action film.
That was going to be my question, Stuart. Is this an action film?
I don't think so.
Hmm.
I don't think so. Zed's dead and all that, but I don't think so. Yeah, this was an odd choice. I don't know why you would suggest this one as an action film.
Yeah, I'm hard pressed to think of it as an action film. There's
Yeah.
some brutalistic scenes of a more action slant. But are there any hand-to-hand fights or shootouts?
Oh yeah, there's at least one. Escaping the Gimp Cave.
And that is a sentence that Stuart said, yes. You
Yeah.
are welcome. I mean, hey, if you guys believe in it hardcore, that I have no, cool. But yeah, I like the film a lot. I have the 4K. I'm gonna watch it soon. Marie has said several times I don't want to watch it. So like, okay, that is not gonna be on our list then for this holiday season of watching a film.
Why doesn't she want to watch it?
I mean, it's very itself, right? Like it's just stylized and not only a cup of tea. It was like watching Aliens, right?
Film.
It's a very specific film.
Yeah.
That you just might not want to watch out of choice because, like, I don't really fancy watching that sort of film today. So I get it, right?
Oh yeah, you have to be in the mood for it for sure. But
it's like watching Elf or The Grinch. Like, you're not going to be an average movie. I'm going to watch The Elf today. No, you have to be.
I love the way Quentin Tarantino writes dialogue. Him and Kevin Smith, the way they do dialogue is quite unique, and
oh yeah,
I really appreciate it. So
yeah, I mean, unique is the word. I mean, I don't think Tarantino's had a flop, but he does.
yes.
See, it's funny because Django Unchained I would consider a great action film because of its action scenes. This I would consider a psychological bullshit film.
Yeah.
Like it's there to kind of mess you around and also present really interesting ideas. I mean, why do we need to have a scene about Royale with cheese? This is an unnet light, right? Who would write that? Exactly.
Quentin Tarantino and Kevin Smith.
Exactly. Because it's so unique, right?
It's also such realistic dialogue. Like it's dialogue you just hanging out with your friends, the shit you'd say, which you don't see done very well in other movies.
Exactly.
I guess that's it. I don't know. Anyway.
Exactly.
What are you guys saying with 15 votes? Aliens, 87%. I think a lot of you agree that Pulp Fiction, I don't think, is necessarily an action film.
But if there is one brutal murder, then it counts as action. The technicalities are there for a reason. Now, Kill Bill, that is an action film.
Yes.
And
his next choice is also more of an action film. He also selected Inglourious Bastards.
Yep.
Which is, again, I can class more as a war movie. But there is a lot of action in it. It's just I think action and war movies should be separated. And this one, while being an alternate reality of history, war movie, it is still a war movie. So I don't even know if I would consider this action, although there's a lot more action in this because it happens during war and it's fighting the Nazis. So um yeah, a great film again, but there's a lot of psychological elements to it, as well as the alternate reality history vibes, which are really fun. And it's kind of more of a heist movie almost. Great ensemble cast. Can't say enough about the cast, honestly. Like Brad Pitt and the bad guy, forget his name all the time, but
Right
um,
there, Christoph Waltz, second in the. Well, I can't remember
yeah.
Fassbender being it, but he's third billing. Huh.
Oh yeah, he's yeah. The whole conversation down in the tavern about three or three. And that's the giveaway. Anyway, um, yeah, and I just watched Frankenstein on Netflix 2 nights
As in
ago.
the new one?
Yeah,
Oh,
and the bad guy is in this one, is in that as well. So
okay.
anyway, um, not an action film, wartime film. It's a little bit different.
I mean, but Aliens is also a wartime film just against aliens. It's very comparable in that regard of it being far more war action than.
Yeah, but this is based on World War II, which is something you can actually it's happened. So I mean, Aliens I don't consider a
But you
war
know what I mean.
film.
It's not Rambo. It's not Die Hard. It's a group of soldiers versus a group of baddies. It's far more comparable as a war film as you can get with. I mean, is there a big? I mean, Assault Troopers is the only equivalent really of a war style film, like of versus aliens, right?
Still not war. It's kind of just
I said closer.
genocide.
Well,
Closer, sure. That's part of the point of it, though. This is not really a. Anyway.
yeah. Inglourious Basterds is funny. I've seen the first half several times,
Mhm.
but I don't remember the end at all.
Don't remember the theater burning down?
I know you said it, yes, but I think I've
Then you've seen
only
the end.
well, I mean, but not enough to recall it as like a. So like I must be on TV enough to like I've seen bits.
Where you weren't paying attention, doing something else at
Yeah,
the time. Yeah, yeah.
and then like you don't tend if like as you say you don't tend to watch things that you don't pay attention to the entire way through always. So and there's just some films that happens, right? This is one of those ones I know it's great. I really should watch it again. I've seen bits several times. Um, I know it's really good. I can't, yeah, but I
Yeah,
can't
it's when I'll
visualize.
randomly pop in because I just enjoy it. So
Well, Tarantino dialogue is so just smart and also dumb. It's pretty unique. But I don't remember much action in it, but that's just my inability to remember all the scenes. That I'm sure there are
yeah.
gun battles and tank. I think it's a tank
Yes.
battle. But that's just my inability to remember it per se.
Don't think there's a tank battle.
Uh,
You might be thinking Fury.
I'm also thinking Furious, which for me are very similar because I also Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also World War Two.
Yeah. Fury is a great film.
I know it is, but it's very similar, but not really. But it is really.
So let's see what you guys are saying.
Yes.
Which is better action film with 13 votes only. So vote if you
Oh.
haven't already. But I don't think it's going to matter because Aliens is at 77%. So
Mm. Yeah. I mean, it's a fair shout.
1,000 Dots says the end is all a montage over music. So if you're distracted, it's easy to miss. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. That helps. Thank you. That helps to. But I feel like I just need to go on a Tarantino binge like one every week because they're all great for all different
Yes.
reasons, and that's part of the joy. And I think he could have made a great Star Trek movie, but not necessarily a great Star Trek movie.
Yes. Yeah.
You
It
know,
would have been interesting to see what he did with it for sure.
I mean, do I need breasts and unnecessary violence that's necessary in
Yes.
a Tarantino movie? Okay. Yeah.
Just the lead, the opening part of that question is just the answer is yes.
Okay. Okay. I'm sorry to ask the question then if it's.
All right, 14 votes. Aliens wins with 71%.
Mm. Yep. It's a really good film. I don't know if you knew that.
It is. Next up, we got Olivia with $5, and she
Oh.
says, Farage, Air Force One.
Harrison Ford, known for action. Our first Harrison Ford film. And this is sort of middle-aged Harrison Ford. He doesn't look young anymore, but he ain't old. Middle-aged.
Yeah. It's been so long since I've seen this film. And actually, it's funny. Just last night, I watched a guy that recreated the visual effects for the last scene where the plane crashes. He redid it all on his computer and did a much better job.
In a weekend, half paying
Yeah.
attention because it's more
Yeah.
fun. Yeah.
But to hear like the reason that they got the special effects team got rushed to do it because the director was, or the visual effects guy was focusing on the brightness of one of the F-15 tail lights, and so much resource was spent on fixing that the last scene of the movie, it's stupidness. It's just visual effects, silliness. Anyway,
How
um,
embarrassing.
I don't remember much about this except get off my plane
You bitch.
and
Did they say that? Is that this film?
throw a few punches, but I don't remember enough to really talk about it too in depth. It's Harrison Ford, so it's a grumpy old man pointing a lot, and throws some really rough punches. He doesn't have a refined fighting style like Indiana Jones. The sound effects, even for the punches, are just so like, yeah. I don't have anything else to say.
Oh, I've seen this film once when I was like 11. I remember nothing about it.
Perfect.
It's been on my radar of watch an old Harrison Ford film. I know this is great. I know we've done review lives where people do think it's one of his best. I mean, the best can be like 10 best, right? So not saying it's his best, but like on his best radar. So I've it's been on my list for sure because
And Gary Oldman, I mean, it's the bad guy. It's got to be good, right? I need to go back and rewatch it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting to see how it's aged because it doesn't need a lot of the modern things to be good, right? It's a simple premise. Same as a president's fun, an action president. Yeah, a lot of yeah. I know it's like what do you think Rotten Tomatoes is going to be for this as not representative that can be?
For audience score or critics?
Well, I'll look on both.
I'll say critics will be 78%.
Okay.
Audience 72.
And I haven't looked yet. I'll vote. I think critics are going to give an 80 in the 80s, an audience in the 70s.
Okay.
So sort of mid 80s and mid 70s.
So close to what I said, basically.
For sure. But I think critics are going to like it more the audience because I think, yeah. Oh, no. No. Critic 78. So in the 70s. Still high 70s.
I said 78, didn't I?
Did Stuart say 78? Now you've said that.
I think I said 78.
Oh, I love how in Rotten Tomato, anyone's going to Google it. The first picture comes up for him. Looks like him as Han Solo in episode 7. His hair's a bit more scruffy. Like similar. I can imagine that look. Find Ben Solo. Audience though, 66.
Oh wow.
So not as well. Yeah, lower than we thought. But I can't imagine. This to me feels more akin to a Die Hard. It's story with action, which is great.
Yes. Yeah.
But guys, we've still got a bit left. PayPal 2 for 1. We'd love to get more 2 for 1s, more than one, because 1 is great, 2 is better. Vote now. No, not vote now. No, well, vote. Well, yes, vote. Vote now. For 2 for 1. Or you know what?
Yes.
Somebody brave out there, some brave soul, put a 20 in the PayPal. That will give the audience like 8 picks. Then we just go through loads of great ones. I'm just saying, $20 helps the channel do what we do. And there's easily 20 amazing ones here we could talk about. So
yes,
literally on the page. So yeah.
All right, with 14 votes, Aliens wins with 57%. So this is closer than some of the other ones that we've just had. So
damn. Okay. Wow. And I've learned something. Okay. Cool. Right. So what do you think? Do you give them 2 more rounds, then we'll shelf Aliens as a top tier?
Sure.
Okay, very interesting.
Marco, $5. And he says Predator.
Oh, okay, okay. If this wins Predator, we'll shelve it because that, yeah, or will Predator one dethrone? Because that is a proper competition right there. That's a fair competition in terms of classics.
That's a tough one for me to personally choose, which would be my favorite,
Mm.
because the team of guys that Dutch takes with him is roughly the same size as the Marines team. But it's against
Yeah.
one opponent,
Mhm.
a specialized predator, if you will. um, and feels more intimate, more isolated, but doesn't. Feels more intimate, I guess, because of the jungle aspect of it. But they're both isolated, and in Aliens, they're on a colony that's far from anything. Took them a while to get there.
Yeah, no hope of help.
Um, yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Same with the jungle.
Uh-huh.
This is peak Arnie. Like, plus Jesse the Body Ventura. I don't got time to bleed. Like, there's some really memorable lines in this. Um, and Carl Weathers, the whole Dylan pushing
Dylan,
the
you
CNA got
son
you
of a
pushing too many
bitch.
pencils. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like some super iconic moments in this.
Although, are there the
I-
action moments, which is the question today? Mm-hmm.
See,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
get Predator action cam. You get the heat vision and
Mm-hmm.
the little shoulder cannon thing, and then just mowing down big swaths of jungle with
Mm-hmm.
their so. And oh yeah, the end. I mean, the whole I'm here, come kill me. Because he set up all these booby traps, which I guess is actually, ah man, the lone survivor syndrome as well in this one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I they're both iconic. They're both good for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I feel this one might be very close. I don't know. I'm not thinking of anything new and exciting to say. So let you talk for a minute. Maybe it'll spark something.
Yeah, I mean, Predator is a sci-fi film, is an action film, is an Arnie film. It's also a satirical film in that they know very well the first sort of 15, 20 minutes is the absolute epitome of that 80s schlock, basic bitch, but yet very well done action thing. Everything's pushed because they know that at a certain point everything shifts, and the payoff is thinking, well, those amazing heroes who are exactly what you think the story has and needs. Yeah, they ain't nothing compared to a cloaking, energy ball firing guy, Predator Man, and that's where it kind of they get to have the cake and eat it too, which is fantastic. Arnie gives a great performance. There's a lot of actual acting in here, which is great, as well as a lot of just physical work in the second half. The Predator itself is obviously 10 out of 10. Would recommend. You know, um, just
Look
yeah,
at the
just
similarity of their poses as well, by the way.
yeah,
It's like,
seriously, yeah. But just, yeah, just, for me, I mean, I've seen Predator not like that many times, but for whatever reason, I remember a lot of the stuff in the first in the village fight. It's very interesting, memorable. The minigun shooting the forest very memorable. Even Arnie going to knife at the end is memorable. A lot of very core moments, and it's one of those
yeah.
few films where at a certain point it is literally just two guys in a forest. I mean, it is a very tropical forest. It's not quite Vancouver or
Hmm. Hmm.
so it's a bit more whatever, but it does not feel like just we cheap down went to a forest. It elevates itself in a way. I'm not sure how exactly it achieved it, but it just does. So well done it, and it's definitely a special film for various reasons.
Yeah.
So I think it has a couple of better action moments, but I do prefer the smartness of a lot of the action aliens because it has to be cleverer because it's not fighting one enemy you can cloak. You've got laser beam. He has a lot of advantages that do not require them to actually be intelligent. Now, same thing with aliens being just drone minded, not that intelligent, but therefore you've got to have how they intelligently not die in this scenario, because they should die, right? Those things are come into play. So I think for hardcore action, Predator wins because it is so hardcore in the action department. There's more action and more varied action aliens, but personal preference, right? 100% personal preference.
This is the first DVD I ever bought. This and Blade. When I
Oh,
first got my
oh.
IBM Aptiva computer that had a DVD player built in, I bought Blade and Predator. So, um, but yeah, it's interesting because yeah, Aliens has more varied
Yeah, 100%.
action scenes, as you said, which I think might make it a better action film slightly.
Well, it's a better film because it's got more to it, but the fact that Predator does more with less makes it a better film.
Yes, but I'm just saying action-wise, I think
Yeah,
Aliens has more going on. I don't know. They're very close. They're very similar. This is a tough one.
yeah. But we were gonna possibly shelve Aliens as being a top tier, but it looks like it's been defeated on its own merit.
Dun 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 dun. Sorry, wrong movie, but it's right guy. 17 votes. Predator wins with 59%.
I
Dethroning aliens.
Cool. We're learning stuff. We're learning stuff. Once again, Arnie is back on top. Right? I mean, there's a reason. There's a reason. Just, yep. An icon for a
Mm-hmm.
reason.
Sasagura 2005 euros. A better movie than Air Force One. Snakes on a Plane.
Oh my god.
I've never seen Snakes on a Plane.
I remember really enjoying it, but I don't remember anything about it. Like
It,
specifics. I remember the vibe, but I really enjoyed it. It was fun.
it needs to be one that I watch maybe tonight because I've never watched it. And of course, I know the quotable, like, tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
As you
But
should.
other than that, I think it's a stupid premise for a movie.
Oh, you haven't seen the
And
film?
it's kind of just dumb.
I don't know why there are snakes in the fucking plane.
So I don't know what to say about it. I would definitely pick Predator over it.
Yeah.
Action wise, I mean, it's on a plane. So got Samuel L. Jackson, who's like a sky marshal, I believe, who's
Alright.
facing a terrorist threat. So I don't know how many terrorists are on the plane, but and then are the terrorists on the plane? Because the snakes, I don't even know the story.
Well,
So
why would you?
how much action can there be on the plane?
A good
Is this one of those
amount.
ones that has like the plane bit and there's an opening that's action and the end is action where they land? Maybe because a lot of movies are like that. I don't know.
I know there are snakes.
Are they on a plane?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm glad we got through to you on that, Stuart. No, good film, silly film. I'm glad Sam Jackson did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember the
Not,
action. I do not remember almost any action in it as an action film. It's not a comedy, but
no.
yeah, fun curveball does not ring as an action film to me.
But if I didn't know its context and the cultural zeitgeist and you
Yeah.
showed me this, I'd say it's a fucking comedy.
Mm. Or a B movie, and they just happened to have enough money to pay Jackson.
Yeah.
Or before he was famous, kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it beats Predator. And
No. Unless
you
unless
guys,
unless you think it does, audience deciding.
well, they don't because 13 votes, it's 85% for Predator. So
Well, okay then. Excellent. And guys, I've still got time in the PayPal right now. 2 for 1. We've only won this live. We encourage PayPal if you can for more support. You can please do.
copy. Hold on just 1 second here. Yes, but definitely do your PayPal duty.
Just have a brief bonus poll. Just want to know what you guys think. Vote in that one briefly while Stuart lines up the next one and lets us know where on earth we are going. Into the wide world of the sci-fi film or the anything film. But yeah, let us know. There's some real icons have not been said yet, which is absolutely a great thing. We love putting new ones in the parapet. Let us know. What might win?
Yes.
What might lose? What might stonk the competition, right? I want to know.
Predator or Alien versus Predator?
I want, Stuart, we've all considered this, right? We've all had this conversation in our brains.
I really love Alien versus Predator. So
Now, is that ironically or really? Is for real?
no, for real.
Hmm.
Even like Requiem. Look, I got this. It's on my desk all the time.
Oh yeah. Well, that's a hell of a. That's a hell of a thing.
So yeah, I love this film.
Hmm.
It's not the best film, I understand that, but it's
What is? What is?
well, so many things.
Well, when you say it like that, Stuart, okay, fine. What isn't a? Yeah, for me, I actually quite like AVP Requiem. I know people don't.
Yeah, I like all the Alien versus Predator
Like, I
films
know
for
it's too
different reasons.
dark. Of course it is. But I've always wanted to see aliens versus people in a town. And they go full force. And it's
Yeah.
kind of brutal and gruesome and fun and silly. And I like the characters kind of. And they nuke a city. That's great. And I'm watching the cinema thinking this is going to be trash and just had fun with it. Like the first time. I enjoyed more than the first one because it's more what I want, Alien versus Predator. The first one's just 3 predators versus a couple of aliens and lots of people.
Yeah.
The second one's actually Alien vs Predator in a town, for me.
All right. Well,
All right,
going to his poll, you end your poll, and I'll read the next
12
one.
votes. So a few of you liked AVP 2 more for action. Interesting.
And the next one is Susiguro 2005 euros. Leon the Professional. This has been a while since I've seen this. You got a young Natalie Portman. And I thought this was. Why did you end my poll?
Didn't know you started it. You were too efficient. It's fine, I got it. Sorry.
Yeah, I just wanted Predator to be spelled right, so I just did it myself.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember much from Leon the Professional, just about it's a sniper, it's about an assassin, and he's got this little girl that he's protecting, and she, wants to learn his trade, essentially. So I don't see it being much of an action film. I know he's got to protect her, because people are after her. But I remember them being cooped up in an apartment and kind of, laying low, essentially. And I thought it was more of, I don't consider it an action film. Like I'm sure there's action beats where the people are trying to get her and he's trying to stop them.
Well, it's class an action thriller.
Yeah, yeah. Um, it's a good film from what I recall, but it's been such a long time since I've seen it. Um, I don't know much else to say. I don't think action wise I would ever say this if asked, and it's definitely not going to out action Predator. So that's kind of where I sit with it.
Yeah, I think I saw it once. I remember the visuals, but when I was really young, I've not thought
Yeah.
about it in at least 15 years. So I've no useful commentary except I know it's good. That's all I can say. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, is it an action film? Maybe, but it's not one that I would say is an action film personally.
I mean, sniper person, fair enough. It's quite action.
Yeah, but
It's like Hitman. Is that not an action film if it's a assassin sniper man?
I
Are assassins action films? Assassin films action films?
mean they can be. A good assassin, probably not, because they sneak in, kill their target, and get out. So is that action? I don't know. It's more espionage, but
Oof. Oof. Oh, the lines we all have, guys. I love it how your opinion on action films are mine with sci-fi and the lines on sci-fi. I love it. We've all got our thing. I love it.
so one of you guys with 10 votes and 80% say Predator. Yeah.
Yeah. I assume it's similar, but not to V for Vendetta. Sort of both oddly cerebral
Yeah,
auteur films.
yeah.
Very different as well, but you know, French director, kind of odd. I would suppose that would be somewhat similar.
But look, oh my God, have no fear, Olivia's back.
Oh shit!
Olivia,
I
five
was
dollars.
fearing. How
I'm
did you?
back. The Fast and the Furious.
Ah, okay. Hmm.
Sylvia and I just recently watched all of
We
these.
did. Remember.
Um, it's not one again that I would classify as action at first glance. It absolutely is because I mean this one's more kind of a heist film or a cops
Well, the first one's not a
cop.
heist film. The first one's a cop film.
Yeah,
They
but
get
the
heisted.
heist they're stealing stuff off trucks, so it is kind of heist film.
Hmm.
He got to he's got to like
True.
get in there and find out what who if it is them that's doing it. And
Mm.
anyway, there's a whole thing behind it, and then it gets ridiculous after this with
Hmm.
very much actiony films. Um, I don't know. It's like anything involving a lot of cars and car chases focused. I don't really consider action, but there is enough guns, I guess, in this one to. I don't know. That's a tough one. Even films like Top Gun, I don't consider action, but they're classed under the action umbrella, right? So Fast and the Furious is a thrill ride, but again, compared to Predator, Predator is way more action film, quote unquote, than you know.
Well, also, if you do not consider driving as action, there's no gunfights. Uh, there's no hand-to-hand fights. A fist fight does it count? Maybe, but you know, like compare that to Equilibrium, right? Gunfight galore, The Matrix. But if if action is just defined by actiony things happening, then of course it's a high octane action film when it comes to driving, and certainly a large portion of it is intense moments, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty. I mean, I ironically, the thing I see most in this film poster is oh, they're baby faced. They're all in their 30s or late 20s. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, babies. That's how babies. I'd have to say later ones are more action films because
Later ones definitely are more action films.
when you
Yeah.
add The Rock or Jason Statham, literal action film icons who use guns, who use weapons, who use gadgets, that's action. But obviously they were getting less and less car based, and I think Vin said that the next one, the last one, I think he said, is going to be more of a driving film like they started, because that obviously,
Yes.
he's like, do you become a fan of the franchise for the driving stuff or for what it became? Because they're not the same audience, but the original audience might have carried over, but it found real audience with 4 onwards, because it's kind of like everything films. So as you can see, if they go back to their roots, the first one. Uh, There might be an easy winner here, Stuart. An icon of cinema or Predator. Pick wisely. Pick wisely.
It's funny how popular the Fast and Furious has become, though. So
I don't know if it still is. I don't know if another. It's like you 10 years ago or 5 years ago would have said that for the Mission Impossible films, but the last two underperformed heavily. So there's, people like them. There's successes in any realm, but the zeitgeist of them has gone, has since passed, right? So I think probably the same thing for Fast and Furious. They're still going to do well, but if they're like, oh, I want to hit, 500 million or 800,000, like, yeah, I don't know if the same interest is still there right now for them, but that's okay, right? You have a zeitgeist moment. It's like I don't think John Wicks would keep doing box office bang for the buck because
yeah,
which is fine, right? Not every film franchise is going to last 30 years, and they have an extreme amount of cool luck. Yeah.
well, yes. Only got 9 votes. Let's get a few more votes on this one if we could, guys. We got 15 of you here, 35 likes, which is great. Hit that like button.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, vote if you can.
I mean, at least 10. Come on, guys. Vote now. And there's so many more good ones to come. And if you want, of course, put in PayPal 2 for 1 and give the chat some chances to submit. because we have had some classics. I'm glad. Sometimes we either ignore the classics or bring them right at the end. But there's a couple of ones that need to be mentioned, guys. So like, the question is, what film would be Predator, right?
I can think of a few.
I could think of a few as well, but that's the question. What film do you think would? Vote now.
Vote on the poll if you haven't already, guys. 9 votes. I'd like to get another vote on there if we could. It's no way Fast and Furious is going to beat Predator, but maybe 3 people vote for Fast and Furious. Might tie it up. I don't know.
Oh, you could easily come in and just, yeah, people could come in and snipe this if they wanted to.
Use all 4 or 5 of your accounts. Go vote with each one. No, we're not going to get another vote.
Let us know all.
There we go. 10 votes. Ta-da! Predator wins with 60%.
That's I mean, only 4 people, but that's still a good percentage, like Fast and Furious. It would be interesting though to compare the amount of actual action, like minutes of action, right? Because Predator's a lot of walking through the forest, which is fine. I've got the next one. It's fine.
Okay.
But then, is it better action? Like it's variable. I mean, yeah. But also, would you? And this is a question to you, I suppose. Would you rather have a film that had, let's say, so an hour and a half film, right? 18 minutes of genuinely very, very good action, but over an hour of everything but. So all the other genres, right? Whatever it needs to be. Or a film hour and a half with 45 minutes of action that's mediocre. It's fine. And 45 minutes of other stuff. What would you rather have? And that's a hard question. Tell us down in the chat as well.
It is a hard question. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. What would you rather have?
Probably the less of better. Because I feel like that would make it more memorable down the line and possibly, award winning or become a zeitgeist. Whereas there are loads of films that are good for half of it and you don't think about them again. Versus exceptional for a few minutes, for a few scenes. Like, oh, that was a scene. So I think I'd rather have. Plus, I also like story, character, pace, other things. So I'm actually fine with an action movie having less action and more other stuff. Personally.
Yeah. I mean, there's also the marriage of the two that is a perfect balance. I think Edge of Tomorrow probably fits that bill.
Ooh, good shout. Yeah.
It's got like the first half is very actiony. The last half is more kind of drama.
Well, the last like 10% is actiony with attacking the Louvre.
But there's that it hit a brick wall at one point where it's like their relationship, right?
Yep. Oh, yeah. How many times have we done this?
Olivia, though, $5. Me in Black. I don't know if I want to see you in black, Olivia. Maybe because there's a pug, maybe because there's Will Smith. Who knows? Oh, Men in Black. Oh, okay.
That's why the picture's there, Stuart.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew what she meant. I just
teasing.
Might give her a hard time every once in a while.
Well, she doesn't make it easy for you. You know the things she does.
Men in Black. At first glance, I would not say it's an action film.
Really? A lot of gun shooty things in it.
Yeah, sure, but it's all science fiction-y stuff. It's okay. There's action, but there's no more action than there would be in like a cop movie, right? Like it's not over the top action. It's just it stands out because it's science fiction.
And the guy gets
it stands out because it's science fiction aliens that they're fighting. Let me finish my words. Yeah, I think they're both these movies they're fighting aliens, so I mean, hey, maybe they should team up. Imagine Men in Black going after the Predator. with the noisy cricket, knock it on its ass. We don't know. Yeah, this would be an interesting one to see the results for, because I consider Predator more of an action film. I don't know. This is more of this I think falls more into the category of like Demolition Man. It's kind of a more science fiction-y kind of vibe with action, but not an action quote unquote movie. Like there's a real delineation of action movies for me, in case you can't tell. I just the one big umbrella like that covers all things action just kind of bugs me.
Lord of the
But
Rings is not a sci-fi film. I'll fight you all. Yeah, I mean, Men in Black is definitely more of an action film than Demolition Man. There's more action scenes. It's more, literally violence is outlawed in the future in Demolition Man. Men in Black, they're literally cops who are using violence, guns and things to solve problems, right? So far more, which is absolutely fine. Yeah, buddy cop, of course. Good weapons, good aliens, great ending. Great CG for the time. I mean, the thing blends. I mean, it's a zeitgeist film, right? It blends a lot of things, and it's definitely a surprisingly good buddy cop sci-fi action film all in one. And I'm trying to think. There obviously is the car that has the engine that transforms, because that's in later films as well. I'm trying to think if that was an action sequence or just them needing to get to the place quickly. If I recall, this one is the one where it goes to the top of the tunnel, but I don't remember if it's an action scene, more just a cool action moment. I mean, it's an action scene.
it's just a cool action moment. I don't think it's a chase scene or anything.
Yeah, it's an action scene because it's action-y, but it's not a chase scene. As visualize. But yeah, this film is definitely a more broad film than action film, but it's more action-y than Demolition Man. Like the first chase of Will Smith is a really good chase. It's gritty and real, but that has some fun sci-fi elements. And at the end, literally, Q, no, M, left on the poster, M.
Okay.
K, thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, K literally shooting his way out of a alien bug. It's great, right? It's great.
Yeah.
Gross. I'm still annoyed they didn't follow up and actually have the lady be a more permanent. I know I think the story she hated Will Smith, or like the director hated her.
No,
No,
no, her and Tommy Lee Jones didn't get along
that's
at
what it
all.
was.
So
Yeah, that's what
yeah.
Yeah. It was a no after the film wrapped kind of thing. But I liked her a lot. I think she would have been a really fun continuation. So sad they didn't. I don't think 2's very good at all. I think 3 is great. I think 2 is such a lower quality film. It's one of Will Smith's worst, in my opinion. I've not seen The Wild Wild West, but I bet it's better.
I enjoy the Wild Wild West. It's
So
a
there you
guilty
go.
pleasure one for me for sure.
So there you go.
But totally butchers its source material, but that's all right.
Who needs source material? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is interesting because right now this has divided our audience. With 14 votes, we got 50-50 on this one.
Okay. Quick answers to these 3 questions, right? Don't think about it, just say, okay?
Okay.
Which film do you enjoy more? Go.
Men in Black.
Which is a better film?
Men in Black.
Okay. Damn, okay. Yeah. Which is more iconic?
Predator.
Okay.
I had to think about those, each one of them.
I know. I thought you were going to say Predator for all 3. But I would agree. I think Max better film. But Predator's definitely more iconic. It's achieved something super special, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was about to say, but it didn't get sequels, but it did. They both got many sequels, and boy, yeah.
Predator 2 is a unique one for sure.
I like Predator 2.
I both enjoy it and lament the loss of Dutch. I would have loved to see him and be in it. But
I just love how badly, goodly he's like the most sporadically all over the place. John McClane is the Die Hard 2 guy, not the Predator 2 guy. straight out of Lethal
Lethal Weapon
Weapon.
guy, Danny Glover.
It's like
Yeah.
he's so specific in what he's doing, and it's thoroughly fun to watch. But it's like, wow, you are doing something, sir. But as people always say, Predator 2 introduced like over half of the Predator lore is from that film. It had
Yeah.
so much successful world building that has been never dropped. Like more than Predator 1. Obviously they both did a lot, but like it's did so much for the lore, which is great, right?
Yeah. Still 50-50, guys. We need one more vote. We have 14 votes. We need 15. And there are 17 of you here, so somebody's not voting.
Ooh, ooh. That's
Yeah,
my.
it's been a very light audience today as far as viewer numbers go.
Yeah. It's funny because I enjoy action films a lot, but I can see why you might enjoy sci-fi films more when I jump on those vibes. But I do enjoy an action film, especially the good ones, as we've had a lot of tremendous ones in the chat. And there is a couple of special ones that should be mentioned. You know, like I'm staring at a couple that I would love to see compared, but as ever, it's up to you guys. It is up to you guys. We've still got a little bit of time to go through if you want any PayPals. There's one. But if you want to put any of the iconic ones on PayPal, please do. But yeah, oh, I've got 40. Guys, come on. Right. I love the fact that Men in Black 1 is 50-50, but come on. Vote now. I want to get one more vote. Can one more vote would seal the deal. So if you jump in and vote, you are literally deciding. You are the decider. You are Roger for American Dad. And who does not want to be Roger for American Dad, right?
If it stays as is, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
And pull in the next one, and then 3 will be on the ballot. And we'll see who wins.
Oh, yeah, splitting the vote. That's always good for elections. But that is, well, yeah. 14. Come on, guys. One more vote. One more vote. One more vote.
I'm
Well,
not going to get it. I'm ending the poll. Calling it now. Boom. Done.
okay. Equally good.
Next one is a PayPal. We've got from Marco, True Lies.
Yeah.
Really great action film. And again, a comedy. It's got the brevity. It's got Schwarzenegger kind of at his best with the humor and the action. And a very rewatchable film. Me and Sylvia watch this quite regularly. We both love it. Um, Great cast. Again, the bad guys are
They're okay.
adequately menacing while also being silly. Let's be honest.
Well, they're a cookie cutter villain, just done well.
Yes, yeah. Lots of great action sequences, especially the stuff at the end with the bridge and the helicopter. Yeah, fantastic film. I don't have anything else to say right now. Good film.
That's all I have to say about that. Yeah, it's the black sheep of the James Cameron lineup because he's done so many A stars. If this is a solid B plus, for any other filmmaker, this is a smash success, right? But in his lineup, it doesn't quite hit the same thing. But if you look at it on its own merit, it is funny, it is smart. Jamie Lee is not an action person, but she does a great job in this role. Arnie's having a lot of fun in this. He's not as funny as Last Action Hero, but he's playing it more straight, but able to play into it in a way that kind of works. Like it works, but he's not, it works for what it's trying to do. Very grounded plot, considering while still being James Cameron silly, with some great set pieces. I mean, a horse through a shopping center is great. It's a lot of fun, but it doesn't ever elevate so far beyond its premise as to be Aliens or T2, but it still like pushes it right to a strong line. It's just like I said, if this was a by itself film, like yeah, like it's so much better than Commando and Running Man and like the lineup, right? But I still prefer Last Action Hero personally. I think it hits the extremes better. This is great, but I still think that's a better film. But yeah,
Perfect. Well, with 12 votes, Predator wins with 42%.
it was a threesome.
33% for Men in Black, and True Lies gets 25%. So they're both going to be kicked out of here. That's how we're going to resolve ties from now on. I have declared it. I am the captain. It's my prerogative.
Undisputed. Okay.
His next one in the PayPal, though, was Die Hard 3. Die Hard with a Vengeance, which I haven't seen in a dog's age. I know Samuel L. Jackson's in it. I know he's wearing a clap or a sandwich board with like something that's going to get his ass kicked
Just
down in the
slightly
ghetto.
heavily racist, yeah.
But that's all I remember from the film. I think the guy is related to Hans Gruber
Yeah, this is like
because it ties back into the
cousin.
first film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or his brother.
But that's about it. I don't remember, like, they're running around New York doing things. I know they have time limits to get things done in New York, and he's got to work together with Samuel L. Jackson. But that's about it. I haven't seen it in forever, so I can't really talk too much about it.
Yeah, this is why I've rewatched for fun, which you know me, I don't tend to watch films for fun that often because this is very much the Aliens to Alien, and that we are doing a different formula. It is same character, same universe, same man against the world, but we're not gonna do the third version of it again, which is letting us down of just in a building. It's not. It's an intelligent plot of a cat and mouse style thing with tasks which are interesting. I love the costume and the look of him in this film for whatever reason. I think it's a really fun version of him. Sam Jackson's a perfect buddy act, and I know Samuel loves this. He loved working on it. He was disappointed by it wasn't as well received, but he had a really good time on this with Bruce. The ending is not the best, but I think the first half, the premise is fantastic, and then it's got some great little action scenes. The fact that it does go around New York and it has a really good pace. Yeah, really enjoyable film, and it is what like the first one. It is just down to heist film in essence. Smart villain doing a clever thing to achieve a goal that's well beyond just the terrorism-y thing. But now with Bruce Willis being or John McClane being far more, you know, why is this sort of shit? And then having be a direct relation of the original villain was a nice touch. It kind of grounds it. And another great actor who played him. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's very good. The guy that plays that's not by no means his famous role, but plays the Alfred in the Ben Stiller Batman. It's that I can't remember his name, but that guy. Similar vibe. Really strong actor. Yeah, I really enjoyed Die Hard 3. It's easily my second favorite Die Hard. Because it's not trying to be Die Hard 1. It's just a really good film with the same characters. Yeah.
With 11 votes, 64% of you think Predator 1 is the better set or action film. So.
Still 36 of you think Die Hard 3.
All right, next up we got Olivia with $5. Fight for the Future, a Star Trek fan production. Is this with old man Cockings?
No. Well, I guess he's not that young, in fairness. He's got to be in his 40s in that. I mean, you can tell. Look at his stern look.
None of these are super actiony. I mean, let's be honest. There's some space battles and stuff, but
not a lot of hand-to-hand fights in these films. I mean, they do run away from the Borg. That's actiony, and the Vidian pop in. That's kind of actiony. What happens at the end? A speech is words. Jeremy Irons, thank you, Rod. Mr. Lopez. Yeah, no, I think if words are action because they are call to action, then certainly the last 3 minutes is action filled.
So go vote, guys. It's currently 50-50 with 4 votes.
Well, there's more spaceships in it. There's more Scottish people. There's more robots in it. No one goes invisible though.
Well, there's your problem.
No
cloaking devices in this one.
I mean, it might win.
Close. With 9 votes, Predator stands maybe a little bit of a chance. It's only got 44%.
Yeah, Terrence says, I've never seen Five for the Future. What's the movie Five for the Future about? It is about what is it about? It's about.
It's about 16 minutes long.
It's about. Because everything's a spoiler, so it's really hard to express it. It's about somebody from somewhere who's
That
not
does something.
who's not normal, and a mystery, and then political drama involving Starfleet. It it's very spoilerific, and you need to watch to a certain point to get the point of the film, because there's like three twists back to back.
Well, I mean, it wins with
No, it
because we gotta
doesn't.
move on.
No, it does. No, it doesn't. Overruled.
Okay.
No, it doesn't.
And then Olivia throws in $50.
Silly.
It's up to Foley. Foley picks. Show us a good action film. One of the best of recent years and an absolute legend in my mind. Oh, this is the sequel. For fuck's sakes. I want the original
Well, it's more of a spy movie than an action film, but I guess we'll count it.
Kingsman. I'll get the original poster.
And of course, I'm joking.
It is a spy movie, 100%, but it elevates. Yeah, but it elevates spy movies into something new and fun. The action sequences are insanely out of this world, and I think it's really great the way that they changed things up to make it interesting and new. I love the gadgets, I love the casting, I love everything about it. And the action sequences in both these films, this and its sequel, are really, really great. So, yeah, I mean, what's not to love? I want to see more of these films. I really, really dig these.
Well, I want to
Everything
see
about them.
more if they're as good as the first one.
Yeah.
I don't want to see more if they're as good as the second one, because
Second one
it was
wasn't
fine.
awful.
Wasn't awful.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first one.
It was
but
like going from a 9 something to a 6 something. You feel the hit. Still, but
I'd say 9 to 7.5, but yeah, personally.
yeah. I mean, they shouldn't have brought back Colin Firth, because like there's really stupid things in that film that let it down horribly. They're just the premise for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this film, I only remember 2 action sequences in it. You have to correct me. The third with the knife. I remember obviously the church, which is, but everyone remembers that.
Yes.
That is the one, right? And that's
Yeah.
like a John Wick scene, but on like meth and crack and steroids and God mode, and then the one with ironically him with the umbrella at the start. Those are the two that stand out for me as being the action films of the film, which is ironic because one's a joke action scene, but it's still very clever.
Yeah.
What were the action scenes that stand out to you then as being the memorable ones, or are those two the kind of ones that also grab you?
Well, the church is absolutely the one. Trying to think now. A lot of the really innovative ones I found were in the second film. Like the car chase sequence at the beginning that goes underwater, and then the whole
That's very
ski
gadgety.
thing.
Yeah, that's fun.
All right, Marco, that's going to be the last one because we have to go.
But it's absolutely fair.
2 minutes
There
ago.
can be, oh yeah, there can be one action scene that defines a film. Like you can have one that's like that is the scene that kind of, you know. Well, I'm sad. I'm sad no one put an Equilibrium, because I'd love to see the votes on Equilibrium. So that's a really excellent action film across the board.
But now it's time for Marco's, which is the last one. So no matter what, if anybody puts one in, we're going to have to cover it later, another day. But yeah, it's Marco puts in $5. Okay, Predator's been up enough. Terminator 2. Yeah. The epitome of action film. Again, James Cameron doing what James Cameron does best. And Arnie doing what Arnie does best.
Being emotionless.
There's helicopter chases, there's truck chases with chasing motorcycles, there's lots of shotgun gunplay, there's miniguns, there's explosions, they blow up an entire building. Yeah, absolutely, hands down, one of the best, if not the best, action film of all time. It's definitely up there as far as the best sci-fi films. Um, yeah, there's not much else you can do to it to make it better. It's kind of perfect.
Like, because they also pioneered CG, so the fact that it is combining, like, even just more CG, there's actually loads of G or C. There's loads of effects work in it that is so clever that, you know, it's like, yes, great, we've got the effects. You know, it kind of just the best time to kind of have that, because the amount of actual practical, you know, Robert Patrick, his body's erupting in goo. It's almost all practical, which is silly, but physical acting and editing, man. Right, Robert, we'll bring you a different squib plate. Okay, you've been hit. Hey, you've been hit. Right, keep going the scene. Right, stop. Third plate. Like that's half of the film. Great, that's all you need. Uh, yeah.
And Area 51 says should have been the last of the Terminator movies, or the last Terminator movie. Yeah, but it was so successful, they had to try again.
They'll always try again. They'll never stop. The problem is there is so many good scenes in every other Terminator film. There's always
Yeah,
good scenes, always good ideas. There's
yeah,
so many. Like I
yeah.
quite like not Genesis. No, yeah, I like a lot of Genesis, a lot of Dark Fate. And lots of good things. They're just bad premises as well. There's always big missteps in the ego of the creator to do something big and bold and different or silly. But there's always good stuff too. Like the end of 3 is fantastic. What an amazing idea, right?
Yeah.
Like,
And
yeah,
this is one of those rare ones that the sequel outshines the original. Like the original's fine and all, but it's not super riveting, and it's not like Aliens it's just as good as the first one, but in a different way. The first Terminator isn't that awesome of a film, really, when you go back and watch it, especially compared to this. Like this is definitely up in the game. So,
yeah.
and that never happens, really.
Well, T1 is a really low budget film.
Yeah, absolutely it
Like
is.
the amount of scenes they filmed with Arnold on the street, but because he was not really famous yet, didn't get permissions, didn't get approvals. They just, like, the famous scene where he breaks into a car. They go and break into a car, and then they pay the guy who owns the car and say sorry. I just breaks into a car because he's that strong, because they just had to
Yeah.
film it and they had to do it quickly. What? But simple things like, it's pretty obvious, Arnie, that you're finding Sarah Connor. You're looking for a woman who you know how old her son is, which means you know the childbearing age is going to be within a few years, and you think this 45-year-old is really Sarah Connor. It's like, no, she's past the age where she's doing what you think she's going to. She could in theory, but like, really, there's a few things like that.
Yeah.
But it's still got some good stuff, obviously. Uh, it's funny, it helps in backdating because you know he's a megastar, and Michael Bean's a famous, like, then backdate, it has a star factor even though at the time it was but wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I saw T2 not knowing they swapped the villain and hero. I'm so glad I actually got that, because it's such
Yeah.
a hard thing to have given they've spoiled it at the time. So glad I got that
Well,
myself.
with 11 votes,
Oh.
Terminator 2 kicks ass with 82%. And I think I'm glad it wasn't brought in sooner, because I think it would have held the top spot for quite a long time.
Yeah.
But that's your winner, guys. Terminator 2.
Yeah. It's really freaking good. Just really freaking good. I mean, yeah. Is there a better action film? I mean, maybe, but for what it does across the board. Well, so yeah, I had
Yeah.
so many good ones prepped. Like Matrix would have been a really good one to put against it, because that has a strong odds of and Kill Bill 1, that's iconic. The action. I love Bad Boys 2. I think that's an amazing action film.
Yeah.
Revenge
So
of
there
the
were a lot
Sith,
more here,
Fallen,
guys.
Light of a Fight, yeah.
But we're going to call it quits there for today. So
Damn.
remember these for next time, because we will revisit this.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful.
Until next time, see us tomorrow live.
Mm-hmm.
Which you don't know what we'll be doing, but we'll be doing something.
Yes.
We'll see you then. Until then, he's Commander
He's gonna
Cockings.
Foley.
Bye, everybody.